Do you have an underutilized space in your home? That was the case for this area. Before, it was lavender with a dresser, but it was an underutilized space for a teen, and a workspace made more sense. In a prior video, we showed you how to install this herringbone peel and stick wallpaper, and the walls were painted Sherwin Williams Reserved White. In this video, we're going to showcase 3 main projects. The first one is, how do you repurpose what you already have? In this case, this corkboard was lavender and lime green, and we show you how we modify it with just basic craft paint. Secondly, we ordered these succulents from Amazon, but they came in a little bit brighter than what we were going for this space. So we show you how we modify them to make them work. Finally, we show you tips for assembling these succulents and the hangers. And finally, a few tips and tricks for how do you hang artwork of this size and this scale to put all of these items together. I can't wait to jump in.
It is project day, and I'm so excited to paint my corkboard. I've laid down a protective covering so that I don't ruin my carpet, and I'm going to video this in time lapse so I can show you how easy this is.
As we're waiting for our corkboard to dry, we're going to go ahead and move on to our succulent project. These are white ceramic hangers that we purchased from Target, and we have an assortment of succulents. These are real living succulents that we used in a recent Valentine's party, and we also have a 1 to 3 inch set and a 3 to 5 inch set that we ordered from Amazon. As you can see, some of these look very similar to the real ones. Some of them are a little bit brighter in color. We are going for a gray-blue undertone. So what we decided to do is to take some of the more bold ones and do a little bit of white, gray, blue paint on top of them to kind of bring the color down and make them more consistent with the others. Once we have the color that we're looking for, then we'll take each of the succulents and assemble them in our 3 hangers. After these are done, they're all going to go on top of our finished corkboard to give us that dimensional look. Just wanted to give you a status update. We've been able to use the browns, yellows, seafoam greens, light blues, grays, and these ratty old fan brushes with a lot of spray water to begin to kind of paint on in these areas, bring in a variety of colors. We found the more colors we used, the more realistic they were. So the neon green is beginning to fade in a lot of these, and we are getting closer to the look we're going for. We've moved outside because of the mess of this stage in the project. These ceramic inserts come out of the golden frames, and we have substandard floral foam. You can find it in any Michael's craft store, any of those. The easiest way to do this is to flip your thing upside down and generally trace it with a Sharpie. Then you're going to take your meat cutter, just like your grandma would use for a Thanksgiving dinner, turkey, whatever it may be, and it's the easiest way to get through this floral foam. Once you have your general shape, you'll just need to trim it in the front to fit perfectly. Then you'll have your template you can repeat 3 more times.
Now that the foam is ready, we have divided the succulents into different possible arrangements and are going to put them in from tallest to shortest.
When it came to the succulents, we didn't video these in fast speed because it was honestly a lot of putting in, taking out, and tweaking. A couple tips I will give you, however. When you look at these close-ups, you'll see that we definitely put the large items in first. Secondly, we put the items that kind of hung over the front to give it that layered look. And finally, we filled in with the little guys. The other tip I would say is that we put these up on the desk and sat on the floor, because we knew we were hanging them at a height where we were going to see them more from underneath than from straight ahead. So depending on where you ultimately want to hang your succulent hangers, take that into consideration. If people are going to primarily see them from above, then assemble them from above. But if they're going to see them from a different angle, it's best to be at that angle as you assemble them. We are really glad we actually purchased the large and the small sets and modified them because it just gives it a lot of visual interest. The 2 sets were enough to fill the 3 containers, so that was a good find and a good guess, and we are ready to begin to hang these. At this point, our corkboard is dry and our succulents are ready. I want to give you a few quick tips on easy ways to hang something like this. The first thing we've done is taken leftover wrapping paper and made it the exact same shape as our oversized corkboard. I've then marked exactly on this page where the hangers are. So when I take this onto the wall, I'll have a very good idea of exactly where to mark my hangers. Finally, I wanted to get the placement right for these. So we made a template the same size as the hangers. And then we went ahead and spaced it out. This particular corkboard is 36 inches across. Dividing that by 4, we would need a mark at 9, 18, and 27. We also were able, because we were doing everything to scale, to decide that we wanted to hang all of them approximately, or exactly, 6 inches from the top. So now that we have spaced out our templates, it'll be very easy for us to tape this to the wall, make sure it's exactly what we want, that it's level, then we can mark our hanging spots and we should be good to go. At this point, we use the pilot holes that we had used on the floor, and we know that these holes on the floor are 32 3/4 apart. We also used a level to make sure when we were drilling these holes that they were 32 inches apart and level. So at this point, we have a fair degree of confidence that we can hang our corkboard and know that we're good to go. Then we're going to do our pilot holes so that we can hang the 3 succulents. And we are in the home stretch. Using a drill in our template, we went ahead and drilled 3 holes in our corkboard. Then using the hangers that came with these succulents, went ahead and screwed those in. The final step, hanging these beauties, and away you go. It's been quite a DIY weekend. In addition to our wall modification, we've painted our corkboards, assembled our modified succulents, and hung everything together. Hope you've enjoyed these DIY videos. If you have, please subscribe and hit that bell notification below. We're releasing a number of videos for this bedroom transformation over the next few weeks. And we'd love to hear from you. Do you have any questions or comments? Put them below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. We look forward to seeing you on the next video.